Okay, so my last video inspired me to do a definitive hip hop pimp list. And the reason why is because that's all hip hop is right now. Like everything from the branding to the cosign, all of this shit is pimping. Okay? And if you don't know that, then obviously you don't know the ins and outs of the industry. And I'm not saying that I do because I am not an artist. But I've known enough musicians and people that have dealt with the big machine to know that a lot of this shit that we see is smoke and mirrors. A lot of the stuff that we see is give and take for the artists. And the people that do end up making it on the majors usually end up having to sell their souls. And I'm not talking about the Illuminati, okay? That's another topic for another video. Me personally, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. What I do believe is that money will make people change, okay? That's anybody. That's if you win lotto. That's if you get a modeling contract. That's if you make it to the NFL. That's if you find a kilo of coke and flip it and you're on top now. That's for anything that's a sudden come up for you, okay? And right here is my top 5 biggest pimps in no particular order. One thing that I will say is it's in no particular order, but I do have a number 1. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Lil Wayne. The reason why I'm going to say Lil Wayne is on my hip hop pimp list because his ascension into going from artist to record label manager has been really quick. Like literally on the heels of like the Carter blowing up and going away to Rikers Island for, what was it, 8 months? That 8-month time span, his hoes got on, you know what I'm saying, got on the track, were putting out features, were putting out albums. I think during the time that Lil Wayne was in jail, Drake's Thank Me Later came out, or no, I take that back. Drake's Thank Me Later was already out, and if I'm not mistaken, was already platinum. And Nicki Minaj's either Pink Friday was on its way coming out, or she was doing her feature thing. The point that I'm making is, while he was away, oh yeah, and mind you, his rock album went to number 1. I mean, it didn't sell a lot, but the fact that it debuted at number 1 is worth noting. So that in and of itself put Wayne in a position to where when he came out of jail, he didn't have to go and rush to make an album because he already had foot soldiers doing the brunt of the work. What's amazing to me now is to see the progress that Young Money has made up until this point, and seeing that Nicki Minaj is now this bleach blonde, ass injected Barbie girl that has a fan base of young, impressionable, prepubescent little girls, and she's claiming she's not a role model, and the whole shtick is just cool. And then you have Drake, who everybody's trying to get at and have beef with so they can rub a little bit of his shine onto them and maybe debut with 50,000 out the first week. Like they just want to, you know what I'm saying? They just want to be seen, and it's a beautiful thing. Meanwhile, he's fucking everything moving. Anybody that's an it girl in Hollywood's trying to hop on his speckled mixed Jewish dick. It's just great. It's great. All the while, Lil Wayne is in the back, playing the back role, skateboarding at his house, and not even worried about hip-hop at this point. And every time that the guy decides to release an album, it's doing 1 million first week. Just makes you wonder, right? So yes, Lil Wayne is definitely on my list. Number 4 is Baby. Of course, you know what I'm saying, a pimp list with the son gotta include, you know what I'm saying, daddy, and you know what I'm saying, Wayne learned from the best, because we all know that Lil Wayne's pimp is Baby, and Baby is doing a great job of setting him out and making him think that he's really running some shit when really everybody's still under the Baby umbrella, and Baby and Slim are doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there wouldn't be Nicki Minaj and Drake without Wayne, but there wouldn't be a Wayne for those two without Baby. So he's definitely worth mentioning. And it's also important to be mindful of the fact that in New Orleans, No Limit was the label. And I think a lot of the reason why No Limit isn't what it was then now is because Master P probably cared a lot more about his artists than Baby did. And I think with Baby, money is money to him, and I don't see him going broke trying to feed the hood. Not when these people are supposed to be his artists. So felt like that was worth noting. Everything that Young Money has going on is really like traditional pimp shit. Like, y'all need to read between the lines over there, for real. Y'all need to read between the lines. The next person on my list is Jay-Z, and we all know why Jay-Z is on this list. He fucking two-timed his friends, took that label over, dropped all the dead weight that included state property, and God, he dropped so many fucking people it don't make any sense. Like, he fired everybody. He fired everybody. Dipset, state property, everybody. And you haven't heard from him since, okay? And if you have, it's because of fucking World Star, and that's nothing to applaud, okay? Anybody with enough money can get their video on World Star, okay? Let's be mindful of that. World Star is not that big of a look, okay? Let's put that out there. So beyond the Rock takeover, he goes and becomes president of Def Jam Records, and he gets to dropping people over there too. DMX, LL gets shelved, even though he's like Def Jam royalty. Like, if Def Jam needed a human logo, LL Cool J would probably be the logo for Def Jam Records. So beyond that, we can't mention Jay-Z without mentioning probably one of the smartest moves ever. He got his little island whore bag to chop off her hair and start singing pop songs, and next thing you know, he turns Rihanna into a superstar. Gotta respect that. Wife's up Beyonce. She's making millions of dollars now. Co-signs for Kanye. Kanye is now the biggest thing in fashion and in music. And you can't sit up here and tell me that Kanye was going to make it solely on his own merit. Yeah, the college dropout was good. But you know what was going to end up happening? The only people that were going to support Kanye if Jay-Z hadn't a co-sign was going to be backpackers. And we all know the conscious rap fans don't buy records. Keep it real. So beyond that, he set out Neo's pussy too. Neo writes for damn near everybody in R&B and a lot of the people in pop. So that was a good look. And now, because a pimp never stops pimping, he got himself Rita Ora, aka Rihanna 2.0. I ain't mad, Jay-Z. I'm not mad. Dr. Dre is on my list. Without Dr. Dre, I think everybody who can say they're a hip-hop fan, their preferences are molded to the sound that Dr. Dre created, and he was literally integral in damn near 30 years worth of music. From like the 80s to now, his sound is still relevant. Like, he's still relevant. This nigga doesn't even have to put out an album himself because he's responsible for so much of hip-hop. You can go down the list. Tupac, Snoop Dogg, Eminem. I could stop at Eminem, but Eminem, 50 Cent, G-Unit, all of Death Row, like, that's him, okay? That's Dr. Dre. So I don't have to even talk on that. If you don't know the importance of Dr. Dre in hip-hop, then you're not a hip-hop fan, straight up. And the number one pimp in hip-hop, hands down, is Diddy, okay? Diddy has probably had more hits and ruined more careers. I don't think anybody's beaten him in that record, in hip-hop anyway. I mean, he'll literally make somebody a star and then crush them. Everybody that's been signed to Bad Boy, like, is struggling now. It's struggling. I can't even name one artist that managed to, like, get from underneath that umbrella and make it. Please, object if I'm wrong. Okay? Object if I'm wrong. He's got Cassie out there thinking that by the grace of God she's going to be a star. And that's what you do. Pimps make their prey delusional and think that they're really free when they're really enslaved. And I respect that, Diddy. I respect that. And that's another reason why you're probably the richest guy doing this hip hop shit. Not even that, but everybody and their mom puts the rock bottles in their damn videos, okay? And I know they're not getting a check from Diddy. So it just goes to show you where, you know what I'm saying, his influence is there even when you don't even shout the man out, okay? So the next time you wave that Ciroc bottle around, just remember the pimp taught you that, okay? Remember that.